to just open that up. I hope that you have signed up by now. Okay. So this is the guide and this is how it looks like. We have a few things that have been upgraded. So for example, we have moved on to a usage basis for our platform. So as much as you use, you like pay as you go model. And we have given extra credits. We have upgraded it to 2,500 AI credits instead of 2,000 AI credits. So that's a pretty good news. And yeah, so I hope that you will have fun building this first agent, and this workshop will be fruitful and worth your time. Perfect. If you haven't signed up already, make sure you do. Just go ahead and click on the sign up. And once you have signed up, you just launch your builder and you can claim your free account as well as the AI credits. And as I mentioned, I'm Aharna. I'm the developer advocate at DronaHQ, and I build a lot of agents and I explore these use cases. These are just some things that I enjoy doing. And yeah, a little bit about DronaHQ and what we do. So we have multiple platforms that we have like parallelly. So we also have our low code drag and drop and vibe code platform where you can build your applications. Then on the other side, we also have agentic, right? So you can build your chat agents, your enterprise agents, you can build your voice agents. And on the other side, we are also coming up with it's a kind of intersection with voice agent, which is a Vocaloop, which basically captures mid-call data. And if someone is interested to expand more on like Vocaloop, I'll be happy to. So just let me know in the comments or let me know in the chat. And yeah, apart from that, we also have our DronaHQ MCP. So all of the capabilities that we are going to see today can also be exposed via MCP. If you want to build application, if you want to vibe code your application through your AI coding tools, maybe you're using Claude Code already, or Cursor, or Windsurf, or Codex to build your application so far. You can just connect with our DronaHQ's MCP and access all of the governed databases, APIs, so that DronaHQ acts as a secured vault for you to work safely and securely and publish enterprise-grade workflows. So that's a little bit about DronaHQ here. And yeah, apart from that, a few core concepts that I would like to get through quickly before we dive into the hands-on version of it. I'm pretty sure that most of you here probably have heard about agents and maybe have also built a few, maybe locally, or have published them, right? But I'll just take the assumption that maybe some of you here are also beginners. So yeah, taking that in consideration, let's just go ahead. Few core concepts that you definitely need to know before you build your first agent. And these are very basic and super easy to understand. Let's first understand what are agents, right? In one line, agents are basically orchestrators that help you do your task. They are connected to LLM on one end, they are connected to tools, knowledge bases, and various other features on the other end, and it kind of helps you to do and achieve your task, right? And in this AI scenario, where a lot of companies and enterprises are investing in agentic workflows, are investing in experimenting with AI in their daily-to-daily tasks, it is important that you have some grade of knowledge about agents and how to build them and how to maneuver them. Make sure that as we progress in this AI age, you are on the right side of AI, as in you know how to use AI to maximize your productivity and not just be grounded in your traditional code, right? Yeah. Apart from that, with emergence of agents, with various AI applications and implementations that we have right now, we as coding is not that difficult, right? So we as engineers, we as developers have kind of shifted from core development to a little bit of managerial position where you supervise what your AI is doing, right? I'm pretty sure most of us have used AI at least one time, even today or every day. I use AI a lot, especially Claude Code and Chat GPT. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's the case with everybody, right? Yeah, so that's something to think about. So let's understand how we can use this AI to maximize our task. Okay, few core concepts. So first we have the instruction. So the analogy that I would like to draw here is that, let's say someone new has joined your team and he has no clue what he needs to do. So as a team member or as a team manager, you would like to give that person a few of the instruction of how this team works, right? And this instruction differs from team to team. An HR instruction would be different from a customer support employee that has joined. So it is in a similar way that the instruction kind of differ from agents to agents. And like you would brief a person about what their goal is, what their persona is, how they would like to, carry out each and every step of the task, right? Let's say you have a customer support person who has joined your team, and you would like to say, hey, you are in the customer support, so your goal is to solve support tickets, solve customer queries, and really ease out customer frustrations. And these are the steps. So first you create a ticket on Zendesk, and then you do this, and then you do that. So step 1, step 2, step 3. In the similar way, instruction also has the goal, the persona, and the steps, the guardrails, the do's and the don'ts, right? Second thing is tool. Tools are basically the capabilities that are connected to your agent in order to carry out tasks. An agent cannot alone achieve a task without entering into those third-party tools or exploring their inbuilt capabilities, right? Even as you, as a working professional, you would also use Zendesk as your tool, and then you are probably also using maybe Zoho people for HR, or using let's say quick start and things like that, right? QuickBooks, sorry. So these are all of the tools that have been exposed to you. As in the similar way, these are all the tools that will be also exposed to the agents in order to carry out the task. Third is knowledge base. Now, knowledge base becomes very important and essential in agents that are knowledge agents. Now, what do I mean by knowledge agents? If you've been around this agentic side, you would probably have heard about RAG agents or retrieval augmented generation agents. Now, knowledge base are basically static files, documents, PDFs, which are 100,000 pages long, right? These documents are connected to an agent, and whenever a user queries the agent makes up the relevant context, taking the relevant data from your knowledge base, which are your static files, and creates an accurate answer. So so the agent's answer are grounded in accuracy and in real data, and it is not hallucinated. So that's where knowledge base really comes in handy. And apart from that, we also attach knowledge base to a few of the agents that we build. Fourth is guardrails. Now, guardrails are some of the safety protocols or safety rules that the agent must follow in order to not get derailed in the process of executing a task, right? For example, there is a customer support agent. Now, you as a leader in your enterprise would not want your customer support team to answer queries that has critical or very intimate information, right? Maybe your Aadhaar card, maybe your account details, maybe your bank details, right? These are some of the details that you would not like for the agent to, let's say, expose. So guardrails are set in place so that all of these informations are pretty much managed accurately. Also, for example, let's say you have a customer support agent or even an HR agent, right? You would not want your HR agent to answer questions of customer of asking who's your favorite footballer or what do you think of Trump's politics angle, right? So these are some of the things that guardrails really helps the agent to keep in track. Fifth are triggers. Triggers are basically the events that wake up the agent, and that can be an incoming email that you receive in your inbox, or a ticket created on your Zendesk, or a new log in your database. Things like that can be a trigger for an agent. And sixth, and the very vital, is your LLM, right? So you connect your agent to any of the LLM providers like Anthropic, Gemini, or OpenAI, and your LLM becomes the brain of the agent. There are various models that obviously you can comb through, but yeah, the LLM basically acts as the brain, and that's where the agent gets is wisdom and the power to work from. Now we will do a quick, not a quick, rather a very elaborate step-by-step build. We will take everything hands-on from scratch, and we will build everything from ground zero. Now I hope that you have opened this guide, because now it is going to be really critical. Is that today we are going to build a customer support outbound agent, right? A quick example of that can be like, it is also like given in the instruction template right over here, is that let's say you have a company called Nova Air, and you sell air conditioners, and you want to create an agent that sits in your customer support team. Now, let's say a field visit has been rejected by the team, right? And you are in, and your customer support team is in charge of contacting those customers and making sure that the customers are provided for, whether or not they want their field visits to be done, or whether they do not have the requirement anymore. This is a very subtask that you need to be achieved by this agent, and that is exactly what today's agent is going to do, right? We will get into the instruction a little bit later, but this is basically the overview of the guide, and yeah, let's just get into it. Perfect. Okay, let's get into that. And finally, once you've done that, make sure you test and publish your agent. And finally, you can also share your build on LinkedIn. That will really help us to bring such amazing more workshops. Also, please feel free to share any feedback or any ideas that you want us to expand on. Maybe pick us, help us pick the next week's agent use case. That'll also be great. And yeah, let's get started. Hopefully you have signed up, and now let's launch the builder. So once you launch your builder, it will take you to this tab. Okay. I hope that my screen is visible. Just give me one moment. Okay, so on screen, as you can see that first we have called like artisan, basically your AI agent architect. So I'll just quickly explain. This is one of my favorite features. So like we vibe code on our Cloud Code and to build applications, right? You can also vibe code your agent. So you just need to let the agent know what you want to build. Let's say maybe build an invoice processing agent, or build draft a Stripe agent, and you want the Stripe agent to be connected to a database, your Stripe account, etc., etc. So you just put your instruction right over here, and the agent will ask you a few questions in order to generate the PRD and finally build your agent. So literally your build time gets minimized to a couple of minutes instead of like hours and stuff. Okay. And this is how you can build your like chat agents. These are all of the chat agents, right? Today I'll not deep dive into the chat agents. We have explored chat agents previously, and it is recordings are also available on YouTube. So in case you're interested in that, make sure you check us out on the YouTube channel, and we have a lot of use case that we have explored there. But today we will deep dive into building your first voice AI agent. So on the left hand side, you will see a sidebar that expands on hovering, and there you have the voice section. So from there, you just click on the agent. I'll just make my screen a little bit bigger for better view. Okay. So as you can see that we have built like quite a few agents so far, and this has been built by our team. So we will not use Artisan for building our agent today. That is something that you can explore on your own. Let's build an agent from scratch. So what I will do is I will just click on add voice agent, and that will open up a fresh canvas for me. Okay, just wait for 1 second. Also, make sure to let me know if you have any doubts in this workshop. You can drop them in the chat, or you can also reach out to me on my email. I'll just drop my email as well. I've also shared my email. So in case you have any doubts, if you are building any agent use case and you want us to like maybe take a look on it and maybe guide you in some way or the other, do let us know, and I'll get back to you definitely. All right. Now, on to building new agent. At first, since we are building a customer support outbound call, so we'll just name the agent. Customer support outbound. You can also add a description. I'm not going to add a description for now. Let's give you a quick tour before we start incorporating all of our instructions and everything, right? So as you could see that we can change our name of the agent right over here. And then we have quite a few features that we need to like kind of take a look at. I'll go slow so that it doesn't overwhelm you in any way. So first we have the models, which from where you can select your LLM, right? So we have Anthropic, DeepSeek, Google, OpenAI. We also have Cohere that you can connect. So we'll just go ahead with the GPT-4o mini. You can choose any of the models that you want. Just make sure that you also are aware of the token usage and credit usage. As you can see, there are like 3 token icons, which means there's a high credit consumption. You can also see the credit consumption from over here. You'll also be able to see context window and input files that are supported, thinking which is supported or not. I'm pretty sure you already know what context window is, but in case you don't, just let me know. I'll be happy to explain that. Yeah. So we'll just go with 4o mini that has a very not very like low credit consumption, right? Next is our transcriber. I'm pretty sure you probably already know what a transcriber or transcript is. So basically the conversation that we are going to have with the voice agent vocally will be written down in our call logs in form of transcript, right? And for that you can select any of the providers for transcribing that call, and we will choose that in a bit depending on the voice models we choose. Next, we also can select voice, and you can do a model selection for your voice providers. So we have Cartesia, Deepgram, ElevenLabs, Servum for both our transcription and our voice. You can obviously go ahead with any of the providers that you already like. Maybe go with ElevenLabs or go with Cartesia, Deepgram. You can just choose any of these models that you would like. You can also explore voices. So if you just scroll, let me just zoom it out a little bit. Okay, I hope that it is still visible. Yeah, so from here you can select the model, and from here you can select the voice. So if you just click on play button here, you'll be able to hear them. I'm not sure if you're able to hear. Let's try something. Just let me know if you can hear. Was that audible to you? Just let me know in the chat maybe. Oh, okay, perfect, perfect. So that was audible. Thanks a lot. So like that, you can like quickly like choose various voice models and the voice that you like. All right. Okay. Then we have a feature also, avatar. Basically, it's like video calling an agent. You'll see the agent talking to you right over here. Then we have languages. Now, language is very dependent on the type of transcriber and voice model you select. Right. So this part can get a little bit tricky, not too much, a little bit, because not every voice model or not every transcriber supports multilinguality. So maybe most of the voice providers obviously supports English, but some of them also support French, German, Hindi, Tamil, and all of these other languages. So make sure that you are checking the voice model and the languages that you want. You can do that from here. So you can connect any of these voice. You can also see that here we have American, and then if I just scroll down, Savi is our Indian voice. This is from ElevenLabs, right? So next we have a few standard that are just in general. Then we have a lot of French voices as well. From transcriber, you can also, if you scroll down in Deepgram itself, you can see Flux General Multi, which is one of the very good transcribers, and I usually use this transcriber in all of my agents that I've built so far. So I'll just select that model also. Okay. And depending on the transcriber selection and voice selection, your further advanced setting also tends to change. For example, we have quite a few things here. We'll get into that. But since we are talking about voice and transcriber, let's just cover that first. We have like voice settings right over here. So we first have basic settings, and then we have advanced settings. So you can maneuver the stability, clarity, text normalization, format, and chunking plan. Right now, if I, let's say, change from ElevenLabs to Cartesia and just select any of the voices, right? Maybe let's go with Dana. Select the voice right over here, and you will see the settings have been changed. So depending on your voice selection, the settings here will change. Depending on your transcriber selection, the settings of the transcriber settings on the right hand side will change. I hope that came across very clear. Let me know if you have any doubts, just to like reiterate on that, right? Okay. So, okay, apart from these voice setting and transcriber setting, we also have a few general settings that you will find in our chat agents as well as our voice agents. First of all, which are tools. So as we revisited, tools are the capabilities that helps the agent to carry on the task, right? Next, we also have knowledge bases, which are the static files. I'm just doing like a quick revision. And then we also have memory. So we have both like long-term memory and short-term memory. Within long-term memory, we have user preferences and agent context. And in the short-term memory, you can maneuver the size of the context window. And yeah, we also have variable structured output, which kind of carries on from the chat agents to voice agents. We'll not deep dive into these. I just do not want to overwhelm you on your first agent building workshop. Okay, let's figure this out. All right. Something that I definitely want to visit here is privacy. So let's say you're building an agent. Okay, from here you can just enable or disable transcript, call logging, and recording. So whenever you'll have conversation, let's say I have all of these three involved, so you will be able to store the call recording that the agent does, the transcript of the whole conversation, as well as the call logs that happened. And we will see that towards the end of the workshop when we have tested our agent. All right, so that was just a quick overview of our platform, a quick walkthrough. Let's now get into building agents. So I already have created the instruction that you are going to copy paste into the instructions right over here. Okay, so you do not need to worry ki, oh, where am I gonna get the instruction from? I already have that ready. So if you visit the guide, let me share this tab. Yeah, so if you visit the guide and scroll in the agent template section, which is section number 6, you will be able to see this is the instruction. So you just click on copy, and you go ahead in your agent and you just paste it over here. Okay. In case you want to build your own agent in a different use case and you do not know how to come up with the instruction, right? There's a few intricacies that you need to know. First off is that always define your goals and the overview of the agent in the first section. Also, you can just copy paste the starter instruction, which you could see just before this. I copy pasted, and you can just place it in your Claude Code or your Chat GPT and just explain what your agent needs to do and what needs to go in the instruction. And Chat GPT or Claude Code will generate Claude will generate you the instruction that you need. You do a quick scrutiny of that, do a few tweaks here and there, and you're good to go. Okay. All right. So I hope that you've been following so far. You have copy pasted the instruction, which is the first goal that we have in building this agent, right? Just copy paste it right over here. And in the customer name, I want you to put in your name. So let's say my name is Aharna. Okay. You can put in your name. If your name is Sagar, just put in that. If your name is Naveed, just put in that. All right. Yeah. So the instruction hopefully is in place. I'll just give maybe like a 10-second time in case you haven't. Okay, I think that is enough. All right. So once you've copy pasted the instruction right over here, you'll also see there's something called a first message mode. I'll tell you what this means. This basically means that when you pick up the call, who speaks first? Usually when we pick up the call, we say hello. And then the other person who's calling us is saying, introducing or saying whatever the conversation needs to head at, right? So this is kind of that only. You can also configure that, make it a custom message or a dynamic one. So let's say if this is a custom message, then this is the first thing that the agent is going to say on picking up the call. Hello, how can I help you? Right? We'll make the message dynamic. The instruction that I have provided right over here and you've copy pasted is enough context for the agent to, do this dynamic. But in case you want to have a custom message, you can go ahead with that as well. Ignore the user speech, which comes before, basically means the hello part. Will that be ignored or will that be like taken into account? And welcome delay, you can also set. Maybe you can like set it for 3 seconds. Okay. Or I think that will be a lot. No. You can set it for 2 to 3 seconds, depending on your discretion. Okay. So the instruction and the first message part of this agent is ready, right? We have also selected the model. We have also selected the transcriber, and in transcriber, we are going to use Deepgram's Flux General Multi-Model. I'll tell you why we are using this model instead of the lower credit consumption models. Because if you take a good look at the instruction that you've copy pasted in the agent, you'll be seeing that there's scripts in Hindi. And if you read the agent instruction thoroughly, you will be able to understand that this agent can talk in two languages, but one is Hindi and one is English, but preferably this is aimed at Indian customers. So we'll go ahead with Hindi, right? And for that, we will also need the transcription to be done in Hindi. But you'll also have to understand that when we talk in Hindi right now, we don't use pure Hindi, right? We don't, we use more of a English version where we have a few words in English, we have a few words in Hindi. And that's what and how we want the agent to connect with the customer, right? The goal of a voice agent is to sound as natural as possible like a human in order to carry out the task, right? Okay. So we have selected the Flux General Multi. You can also see the languages that it kind of supports from right over here. 1 second. Yeah, I hope you can see that this Flux General Multi supports these many languages. There's like a lot of languages. As you can see, you can select the model and be done with it. Next is you can select the voice. For voice, I'm gonna stick with Cartesia today. And since we're doing like a Hindi English version, rather, I'll go ahead with any of the Indian or Hindi speaking voices. You can go with Parvati or Arushi or Ria, anyone that you like, or you can go ahead with any other voices. That's completely on you. I'll just go ahead with Parvati. You can also go ahead with Arushi. Arushi is also a very good voice that I have used in quite a few agents. Okay. Next, one thing that we didn't discuss was also time zone. All right. Let's say you have an agent that is in India, or maybe you have an agent that is in Singapore, right? The time will be different, right, for the agent. And the time is very important because the agent needs to have that context. When you're having a conversation with somebody on the phone, the caller probably has the time context, right? They know that, okay, now is 5 p.m., now is 6 p.m. So maybe a lot of office goers are, kind of wrapping things up at their office, or maybe are traveling to home. So these are kind of the time zone context that you need to also set. Okay. Okay. So we've selected this. We have also selected the transcriber and voice. Now comes the very interesting part, which is making the agent sound as natural as possible. But before that, let's test out our agent, the first version of it, where we have not done anything much. We have just selected our transcriber, our model, our voice, and we have just copy pasted the instruction and made our first message dynamic. Okay, let's test it out. You can also test out the agent on your end. Just mute me and you can test out your agent. In case you are just viewing this and not like doing a hands-on, maybe you can also like check out mine. So let's just go ahead. Okay. Hello. Namaskar, मैं प्रिया. ठीक है. This is good. Okay. All right. I think you've heard a lot of noises and like a language that we and like you and me both don't recognize. Do you know why? Let's understand this pitfall also that we faced firsthand. Is because we have selected a transcriber that supports multi-language, but we have not selected a language that is Hindi and in which this agent is supposed to speak. So that's why the agent just become the expert and invented its own language and started speaking. Although the transcript was in Hindi, right? So you make sure you remember all of these small things while you're building the agent. So make sure that you select the Hindi in the language section and maybe like do a quick agent instruction saving. Okay, I think let me just do a refresh also, just in case. I hope that you've come this far in case you're following the workshop and just going doing a follow along basically. Okay. Stop playground. Okay. Hello? 1 second. I think there's something with the voice. Have we not selected a Hindi speaker? We have. Let me just debug this. Create a new agent. I think the instruction wasn't saved. because at first we didn't save it. Speaking will be dynamic, and okay, the instruction looks good. Voice, we can go with Cartesia, and we can go with Parvati, select voice. And select the languages as well. Okay, model has been selected. All of these are selected. Agent speaks first. Let's make the first message custom. Okay, let's test our agent now. Hello, Priya. Why is this? I think the last time, so basically, I did a French version of this agent as well, which is where it kind of got mixed. Let me just kind of showcase the other agent. Yeah, the instruction just got mixed with the French agent as well. For recorder was rejected by the fair team. Okay. Let's see. Harna. Okay, there's a information mismatch right over here. AC ये ठीक है. Margin protocol. See that this was in Hindi, right? Now let's make this sound more natural. So what we will do is we'll do like a quick maneuvers. First off is in the voice setting. What we will do is we will click on ambience. So usually this customer support team is probably working out of an office. Like if a human were to work in a customer support team that was calling you, it would work from office, right? In the office you would have like background noise, that maybe someone calling, there's some chitter chatter that's going on in the background. So you can select these kind of background ambience from here. So we'll just go ahead with the office ambience. Okay, and the background volume, let's say we do 3.5. Okay, and then in the transcriber settings, background denoising, these are some of the like settings that you can add in case like you have a use case specific item. So let's say you're building an agent for your healthcare, so here you can add different terms in comma separated version, right? Okay, just give me one moment. Yeah, you can add those few comma separated terms, and then you can just include, so every time your agent will be hearing these terms, they will be able to map them accurately to these key terms that you have provided. Okay, next is, all right, let's try this out with a new instruction. I'm not sure what was wrong. So make sure you just write here Aharna. I'll also share this in the chat so that you can also use this one. Okay, make sure you change both the names right over here. And let me share that in the chat as well. Okay, I have shared the instruction in the chat. Just copy that, that'll be fine. Then we also have a few of the speech intelligence. You can select the naturalness from here. So basically it will take a little bit of pause while talking, or say okay, I understand, things like that, right? We'll also make this hello. Yeah, okay. Okay. We'll also reduce this to just English. Let's not burden our agent with a lot of languages. Okay, just make sure that whenever you're using a different language, right, maybe a French or a Hindi version of it, that you kind of do quick a few test calls before you get into it. Otherwise, it will start making its new language. Yeah, but it happens very rarely. I don't know, it happened just today, not before this. That's weird. Anyway, so we will also enable the privacy setting from here to enable the recording. All right. And we also have a compliance section because a lot of healthcare enterprises have their own compliance they need to maintain and adhere to. So in case you're building agents and workflows for that, make sure that you are compliant with the policies. Okay, let's try this out now. You can also add tools. I am not going to add tools because like if this is your first time building an agent, I do not want to overwhelm, but you can add databases just to store all of your maybe the instruction and the key instruction that have been acquired. So let's just try it out. Hello. Hi, Priya. Hi, Priya. The something I think is wrong with my instruction. I'll have to take a look. Okay, let me just open another agent that won't let me down right now. Because I think something is wrong with this instruction, which is why the agent is not responding. Verify you're speaking to the right customer. Maybe here we have a problem. Keep it short. Okay, let me show you my debt collection agent, and I will share with you in a like email the right instruction that is going to work for you. My bad, the instruction is not working at this point. This is a basically debt collection agent, okay? And let's say you have taken a loan from a bank and you have missed a date deadline for installment, which is why the agent will be calling. Let's jump into the demo. Okay. Yes, this is Priya Sharma. I'm sorry, I'm not able to do that today. I have not received my salary. I will be able to make this payment on 25th of August. So you can see that this agent is like working, and you'll be able to see the transcripts right over here as well. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to make this agent do an outbound call, which was also with our case in customer support. So in the call configuration, if you go, you will see three types of settings that are available. There's inbound, there's outbound, and there's conversation settings. Uh, so in the conversation setting, okay, right now conversation setting we can avoid. We can go ahead with the outbound setting. And here, so you for you your kind of testing the agent you can do from the playground. I'll just show how this outbound phone call looks like. So let's make a test call to okay, and I will be receiving a oh shit. Okay, anyways, I hope you can see that I am receiving a call right now. Can you see? Yeah, I'm receiving this call right now. And if I just pick it up, I'll put it on speaker. Good afternoon. I am calling from National Bank. Am I speaking with Priya Sharma? Yes, this is Priya Sharma. So you can see that the agent is calling me as well, right? So, and you can set up this telephony from right over here. So if I just head back to the admin console where we arrived on logging in, you can go ahead in the phone number section. Okay. And in the phone number section, you can add your phone number. So as you can see, we have quite a few phone numbers that have been added. So you can just add your phone number right over here, and you'll be good to go by placing calls from your agent. So that's it for today's workshop. I know things didn't work out for the customer support agent. Something was probably wrong that I need to debug in the agent instruction section. But I hope this gives you quite a good insight on how you can build your own agent. And I will also be sharing instruction that will be working for you in tomorrow's email along with this recording, so that you can revisit in case you are in the midway. Also, let me know if you're stuck anywhere. I'll be super happy to help you out. You can also send your queries at aharna@dronahq.com, and I'll get back to you. So if you have no further questions, that's it for today's workshop. Thank you for joining in.